Okay, Christina Kalispera joining us from Athens. Welcome.
Hello, nice to be here. Thank you for this opportunity also,
Oh, my pleasure. So,
having this session.
great. What would you like to get from this coaching session?
I have in mind something that I struggle with, and it is about putting not
Boundaries?
all boundaries, yes, putting boundaries.
I saw your hand doing it,
I
so that helps with the language a little bit. And remember, your English is better than my Greek, okay? So,
okay.
don't be embarrassed by that. So you want some help establishing boundaries?
Yes, I feel establishing them and understanding them because I feel since ever I am very stressed regarding this thing. I feel that I have to put a lot of effort to put my boundaries and that they will not be respected. And then if I put them, I might feel guilty.
Yeah.
And lately, I have understood that I also have very, it's very difficult for me to put boundaries to my habits and my behavior towards myself. And one more thing,
We're not going to do
I
three things in. Here's what I'd
oh,
like.
I mean, yes, I mean regarding the boundaries. I'm just
Yeah.
explaining this part only with the boundaries that I find I'm losing myself because of that. Like I get to
Mm.
people pleasing because
Yes.
I cannot put my boundaries and I lose myself in that. I don't know who I am. It's all about the boundaries. So I was just trying to give a bit more information if that helps.
There's lots there, and it's really normal, super common. I mean, particularly for women, particularly for people from the Mediterranean. I've spent time in Greece and other parts of the Med, and there's cultural stuff there, isn't there? And we are
Mm,
conditioned in a certain way.
that's
So
true.
take a breath and pause, relax the body. What's the thing you'd most like? Just in one sentence.
What's the thing I most?
What would you most like around this
What
topic?
do you mean?
So we could do lots on boundaries. There's lots there, as you said, right? So what's the thing you'd most like to be different?
Regarding what I say, to be different, to know who I am, not to be so stressed regarding that, and be more confident
Yeah.
in placing my boundaries
Okay.
without this stress and guilt and
Yeah. Okay.
the
So
tension.
so I will interrupt. So I know in Greece that's normal, but it's also normal for me as a coach. So if you don't mind,
I
so
don't.
I mean, Greeks and Irish get on great in this front. So how about this? Just a little bit less stress setting boundaries. How's that?
Yes, it sounds nice.
Yeah, just a little bit less stress. We don't want to set this goal like too high because saying no is difficult, right? Like, I've got a new housemate and we're working things out and it's a bit awkward and sometimes it's a bit nerve-wracking, a bit stressful, right? So sometimes there is that a bit of stress around it. But if we could make that just a little bit less stress and then keep working on it a little bit less stress, the more you do it, the more normal it becomes. Okay.
Hmm.
So we don't need to go from guilt-ridden and stressed to perfect overnight. That takes too much pressure. You with me so far?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I
Great.
agree.
So there's a few things that cause stress. One is just conditioning, right? We have a certain, gender, culture conditioning, whatever, around saying no. So when you say no, what is it in Greek? Ochi, right? Uh,
Okay. Yes.
Ochi. When you say ochi a couple of times,
Okay. Okay.
what happens in your
Okay.
body when you say it?
It sounds true. It sounds also fake.
Ah, okay. So you're not yet quite owning it. So how would it be to say it in your voice? Say your own name.
Christina.
Now say ochi.
Okay.
Doesn't sound that different. How does it sound to you?
A bit different, but still it's I I find myself going to the mind and thinking
Yeah.
about, okay, where do I say no, to whom, why, when?
Well, we haven't got any context here, so we're
Yeah,
deliberately removing any context. First of all, we can always add that back in. What, just first thought, best thought, if you say no, what are you? Just immediately answer my question. What are you if you say no? It's not logical, just
bad.
bad. Okay, so there's a certain conditioning there that only bad people say no. All right.
Mm,
And this is in society, as I said, certain groups have it, certain cultures that are more communal often have this. There's a pressure to always be communal. The Spanish girlfriend that had this. So I do get it. Um,
mm.
it just means you have to condition yourself. Yeah. So let's try this. Put your hand out like you were saying no. We have a no pose we practice sometimes. And then put the other hand on your heart. So one on the heart and one here. Fingers together. That hand and arm should be strong. If I was coaching you in person, I'd give you a little push on that hand to make sure it's nice and strong. That's it. So the other hand goes not to the side, but really in front of the chest. It's hard to know on the camera. So that's it. So the hand on the heart's directly behind the hand. There we go. Great. How you doing? Oh, that's something. What just happened there?
Ah, that was harsh to put it in front of my heart, to bring it in the center.
Yeah. Let's play with that a minute. Touch the hands together and then come back. So touch the hands together and then come back. And here's what I want you to say as you do that: no, and I'm a good person. No, and I'm a good person. And that hand on the heart touching is just like give yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of reassurance. Yeah. I'm just going to look at you as a good person, which is easy because you seem nice. You'll breathe in. Now you're saying to yourself, maybe in Greek, no, and I'm a good person. You can say it in your head or out loud if you feel.
Okay. Είμαι καλή.
Look at me. Keep going. Great. No, and I'm a good person. Say it out loud if you can. You don't have to.
Όχι, είμαι καλή. Όχι,
Touching in, I'm a good person, and no, no, and I'm a good person.
όχι, είμαι καλή.
Okay, let's leave it there. I don't want to overwhelm you. Strong practice, huh?
Strange, yes.
Yeah.
My breathing became heavier, like I was put on a weight or something.
Yeah, I give people embodied practices that make them fat. I'm really sorry. It's just part. It's very bad. I'm just playing with you. So it's good. I made you laugh. I just checking you're still with me. So this is a little practice you can do just to kind of recondition yourself. So this conditioning of saying no makes me a bad person, that's super common. People get it in their families, be a good girl, get it in the culture, right? And we can go into the philosophy of that. We could get feminist about it. We could analyze the psychology, but I would say better just to do something about it. Yeah, because it's clearly not serving you. By the way, you can say no because you did to me. I tried to interrupt you earlier and you completed your list. You were like, no, I'm going to tell him. You said no to me. I tell you what, I was like, she's a strong woman. I was like, she can definitely say no. So the other bit of homework I'm going to give you if you want is to notice when you do say no. Like to me, you basically said no. You didn't literally say the word, but you sort of didn't let me interrupt. And I was okay with that. And we're still friends, right? I don't hate you for that. So that sounds silly, but I want you to notice when you say no, and it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't cross my mind. I didn't see that as me saying
It was
no.
just a little boundary. It was a little boundary. It was fine. You're like, no, I want to finish. I was like, okay, no problem.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so you got 2 bits of homework here. One is the somatic practice, 1 minute, 5 days a week.
Oh, this
Exactly.
thing.
So connecting the I'm a good person with the no.
I'm sorry, I just want to ask, do I change hands?
Yeah,
Because I didn't understand it in the
yeah, you could do
beginning.
it one-sided, but I was just changing hands just to give it some motion. And then there's this feeling of coming from the heart with the no, coming from the self-love with the no. Yeah, so
Okay.
you could say no, and I'm a good person, and even no because I care about myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so no is a form of self-love,
Mm,
right? It's a form of we set boundaries to look after ourselves.
yes,
You want to
that's
try?
a
We
tough
should try.
one.
Well, is it impossible or is it something to practice?
No, it's something to practice. It's something that it's my soft spot. Like
Yeah, place to
it's what
develop.
I want. Boundaries for self-love, not I don't care for the other people.
Okay, so let's. So
It's
this got
I
two. I
want
want you. I'm going to
boundaries
give
for
you two
me.
little practices. Let's do this just for a few seconds. If it's like no because I care about myself, or say it in whatever words feel authentic for you.
Όχι γιατί με φροντίζω.
Yeah, no. Make sure the word because is there. I don't know the Greek for that, so make sure the word because.
Mm,
No, because.
okay. Όχι γιατί θέλω να με φροντίσω.
And
Okay.
just breathe, hold it there just for a minute. Don't overwhelm yourself, but hold it for long enough that it's just like, okay, like lifting a weight. It's a bit of work. Yeah. A couple more times if you can.
Όχι γιατί με αγαπάω. Όχι γιατί με αγαπάω. Όχι γιατί με αγαπάω.
Great. I'm going to stop there. You could keep going, but I always like to stop people before they're exhausted or overwhelmed. How you doing?
Okay. Good. Interesting. It felt different.
Uh-huh.
It felt like something that I would really like to own. I was trying to figure out how this feels for me. And I
Great.
want
So
this. I
it
want
looks like
this.
it's like new territory that you're, say, trying to own, just beginning to explore, and it's gonna take practice. People think they can do one coaching session and that's it. The boring news,
Mm.
is that things can take a little time. You've made a good breakthrough today, I think. I saw a light bulb above your head at one point. So
Yes.
there was some unconscious belief there that people say no because they're bad people. What is your new belief that you want to replace that with, and it is going to take practice to put it in the bones?
No, because I love myself and because I want to care about myself.
Great. So no, because I love myself and I want to care. I choose to care about myself. I am caring
I
about myself.
choose. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe
Yes.
write that down so we don't forget it, because you're in a slightly altered state right now. I can see you're on
Yes.
the very edge of your capacity, and I'm gonna put you back together before we finish the session. Don't worry, but I can see you're on the edge, and I want you to make sure you remember that. So that's something you can say to yourself. You can write it, you can dance it, you can draw it on a piece of paper, you can, put it in your life. And then there's the somatic practice, the no, and I'm a good person, and the no because I love myself. Yeah. That because I'm like, no is one way people take care of themselves. Okay. So one more piece for this is that we're not going to do this through the body today because I think you've had enough of that, but it's just one other thing is that no is also a way of looking after the relationship. Okay. So if you're in friendship, family, connection with someone and they don't say no, they make you, actually, you tell me what happens later. If I agree to come around for dinner and I don't really want to be there, but I didn't say no, and now I'm around your house for dinner, what am I going to be like as a dinner guest?
Tension.
Yeah.
Not happy.
I'm going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to be resentful. I'm not going to be a
Yes.
nice dinner guest. It's going to damage our
Yes.
relationship. So me not saying no actually damages our relationship. It doesn't improve it. I mean, unless you want compliance, if you've got to get the kid out the door for school, yes, sometimes you just need compliance, right? But in normal adult relationships, it's damaging to the relationship because someone feels forced into something.
Can I say something? That has a lot of clarity, what you said with the dinner and if you don't want, and I most of the times I don't know. Everything. It's blur. Like I don't know what I want, and my first reaction is to please the app, to say yes.
Yeah, you've got a habit and a default. So another practice that might be really useful is just 5 times a day setting an alarm on your phone and just asking, what do I want right now? Really simple. Like even when you like make yourself a meal, what do I want to eat? You know, what do I want to watch on TV? Like, and just stopping, because most people aren't trained in that. Like, we don't train kids in that. We train them to do as they're told, go to school, and then at work, you know, do as you're told. So it's actually a skill just to pause and go, what do I want right now? Because you don't know if you should be saying yes or no till you know that, do you?
No, yes, I don't know, and I never ask myself.
All right, we do need to wrap up. So key skills there. One is re-brainwashing yourself around no, reconditioning yourself with those 2 little 1 minute somatic practices. Obviously, if you're a regular coachee, I'd check in with you next week. How's it going? Is it too much? Is it, you know, do we need to change it? But that's pretty straightforward practice. And then that new story of no, that no is about self-care. And it's also about having a real relationship, a real connection, a real non-resentful connection. You know? So
Yeah.
that's a new story. It's going to take a bit of practice to put into place. The second piece here is we don't have time to go more into now, but it's just actually tuning into what you want. And the easiest way to do that is just to ask yourself throughout the day. It's just a skill you can build.
Yes.
All right.
All this sounds nice.
What's your biggest takeaway from this before we wrap up? What's your biggest?
Oh, this practice with why I want to say no, with the reasoning behind. So this sentence, I want to say no because I say no because I choose to care about myself.
Yeah. Boom. That's the connection. It's so fascinating. I could almost see like the neural links being made in your mind. This is a breakthrough moment for you. It's going to take a while
it
to
is.
embed it. I feel like I just kind of like want to hug you and, you know, go for a walk with you for an hour now. Maybe take a stretch. Don't jump on email. Just take a walk now. So you
Okay.
can integrate this a
Yes.
little bit. Maybe, you know, a little light
Yes, I
housework or
will.
walk or something, but don't do
Okay.
anything too cognitive right now. Be gentle with
Okay.
yourself, okay? Because I need to say
Okay. Yes.
bye, but I want you to integrate this.
Great. I will do that. Yes. Thank you very
Christina,
much.
Aristo, total pleasure.
Thank you. It was fantastic. Thank you.
Pleasure. Take care.
You too. Bye.